Had this intriguing experience today during my solo trip to a traditional tea garden in Songbuk-dong. The owner, Yong-soo, was quite an interesting character. He wouldn't stop praising the benefits of tea, according to him. Drinking tea regularly can bring equilibrium to your life. Quite a concept, isn't it? And this tea, it had a delicate balance, smoothly robust yet soothing. Remind me to take you there sometime. You know, getting out in the quieter parts of town is such a refreshing change from the chaos of daily life. I guess that's why I enjoy taking these little trips. It's not just about escaping routine, but more like coming up for air. There's this unique tranquility attached to these places. It wraps around you like a warm blanket, letting you breathe amidst the city's constant hustle. Learning about traditional tea cultivation today kind of reminded me of Kiyoshi's culinary adventures. Speaking of him, today he managed to master making choux au craquelin. I didn't even know what that was until he explained it's just fancy cream puffs. He has been on this baking spree lately, it seems. Oh, and Midori cheekily demanded that Kiyoshi makes those for us all. Can't wait to try them, especially with a cup of the tea I had today would pair perfectly. Had this amusing exchange with Kiyoshi and Midori, too. Kiyoshi, out of nowhere, shared how an eagle snatched his sandwich, and I couldn't help but tease him that it was karma for all the times he's munched on my snacks without asking. Midori and I simply could not stop laughing at the whole incident. Also, we ended up sharing our wishful thinking. If we could instantly master one skill, what would it be? You know my struggles with foreign languages, so of course I said speaking multiple languages fluently. Imagine being able to effortlessly converse with people from around the globe. Wouldn't that be something? Switching gears, have you listened to the new album of The Dancing Thunders? I've been playing it in the background while I sketch these days, and I must admit, their music is quite comforting. Notably, the ballads. They have this soothing effect after an eventful day. Kiyoshi seems to agree with me, too. On a lighter note, Kiyoshi asked us, "Do pigs get sunburnt?" Gave me a good laugh, that one. Well, I sincerely hope they don't. Oh, the random thoughts that cooking can spawn in one's mind. Don't get me started on it. So today was a different sort of day. You know how we usually get caught up in those long, serious design discussions at work? Today, instead, we decided to have a little fun and do some serious learning while we're at it. So, thought of introducing a bit of creative problem-solving outside the usual work environment. After all, who said work can't be fun, right? So, I decided to host a 3D puzzle challenge night with my design team at Volt Motors. To be specific, a miniature 3D puzzle of the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Sure, it may sound a bit intense, but believe me, it was super fun. A different way to decompress than my usual singing or running, gave us all a chance to unwind, engage creatively, and have a bit of friendly competition. See, it's not just about the puzzle, it's more about the way it encourages teamwork and innovative thinking. I think Yoonho was particularly into it. You remember Yoonho, don't you? He's come up with some impressive designs recently, especially his proposal for an eco-friendly neighborhood park using recycled materials. Guess what? Shared the whole 3D puzzle night experience with Midori and Kiyoshi, too. Oh, and their responses were classic. Midori, being the creative enthusiast that she is, was intrigued, and Kiyoshi, well, he thought we might have 3D printed each other's faces. Can you imagine? Kiyoshi never fails to entertain us with his quirky thoughts and wild imaginations. Anyway, their reactions were priceless. Gave everyone a good laugh. Speaking of laughs, do you remember Sarah? Well, she absolutely nailed her Halloween costume, although it scared Midori out of her wits. A real witch right out of a storybook. And here I am, wishing I had her costume skills for our office Halloween party tomorrow. And guess what? Same old Kiyoshi recommended that I could make something creative for Halloween with my design skills. Maybe a 3D printed mask? Wouldn't that be fun? The kids trick or treating would be so amazed. Though between us, I won't really do that. Function over form, remember? Pumpkins are more my speed, really, and speaking of pumpkins, did you know, originally, turnips were used for jack-o'-lanterns, not pumpkins? And here I thought the whole pumpkin carving thing was as old as Halloween itself. On a different note, Kiyoshi shared a new track by Soul Dreamers. Quite a relaxing vibe. I've been listening to it on repeat since morning. There's something soothing about it, seems to resonate with my calm and composed side, you know? I just imagine what a treat it would be to solve a 3D puzzle while this song plays in the background. And then there are those food fantasies. Kiyoshi, instead of solving a puzzle, would rather be prepping food. And Midori, well, she'd replace anything with sketching. I guess we all have our go-to comforts. As for me, it appears like 3D puzzles are the latest addition to my list, next to singing and running, of course. All in all, it's been an action-packed day in my own quiet, creative way. Continuing the tale of my evolving culinary journey, guess what? Finally mastered the art of Italian cooking, one of my long-standing goals, if you remember. Took a virtual Italian cooking class during this lockdown, not an easy feat, I tell you, but yesterday, made my first authentic homemade lasagna. It felt like an artist unveiling their masterpiece, such a satisfying moment. Know who is behind all this Italian cooking madness? It's Nico, my virtual culinary maestro. He ensured I got the hang of flavors, combinations, and what Italians like to call cucina povera, cooking with simple ingredients. Even Kiyoshi might have a tough time beating me now, culinary-wise, of course. Shared the achievement with Midori and Kiyoshi. Oh, they were so impressed. Especially Kiyoshi, I could see his competitive spirit spring back to life. Now he is all geared up for a cook-off, should be fun. Midori unapologetically self-appointed herself as the judge. Why not? More the merrier. Switching from the kitchen to the screen, planning on watching the new Marvel movie tonight. Midori watched it and wouldn't stop raving about it. You know how she is with movies. Kiyoshi, well, let's just say he is very stern about no spoilers. So no movie gossip until he watches it. If you have not discovered it yet, Euphoria released a new song. Oh, what a bop it is. Been stringing it along to my routine today, a melodious companion indeed. Oh, and before I forget, can you believe Kiyoshi's sandwich was snatched by an eagle? Karma has a sense of humor sometimes, doesn't it? After the number of times he's stolen my snacks, maybe it was about time. Well, enough about our fun exchanges and my culinary adventures. Feel like I need to watch some mise-en-place videos and prep for the showdown with Kiyoshi.